I'm thinking that I need 10,000 pieces of light grey dye. Good eye, yes. Drop slow. You know when they endorse like a product for something, it's like this thing fucking killed my wife or cured my cancer or whatever. Yeah. You know, no one can stop me from using all the ink sacs to make more black dye. I was waiting for you to be like, you should probably do that. And I would have just yelled out louder. No one can stop me. Ow, my toes. Isn't it kind of fucked up that you have to turn bone meal into white dye? What do you do, like pulverize it some more? What are you owing about? You just went, oh, oh wow. Never before that. You said you're gonna get. I'm yeah confused because us making grey dye and then grey dye needs to be grayer for grayer dye. And without Optifine, this whole thing is gonna look like garbage. No, it's not gonna look like garbage. It'll look like Bajgar. It's looking good. I was trying to make some kind of innuendo about looking good from the inside. I was like, there's no way this is gonna work. Ugh. Speaking of speculum, I saw something horrible thing. No. Uh, there was somebody had some kind of like jewelry they were making for something. It was like a piercing or something like that, but it was like kind of like a wire cage. I don't know how this relates to speculums. I think it's just like it kind of looked like a speculum, but for like your ear. It was weird, but it was like mostly, it's like mostly wire. The only thing I can like to compare it to is you know how like a chastity cage, you get the like this ones with the like that look like it's just like trapped inside of a cage. It's weird. Yes, it was like that, but it was a piercing for your ear. But the thing is, when stretching my ears once, I forgot to get it, but I had a plug that was all pretty and had these like little slits in it, like little holes. So think of like a solid metal barrel with like fancy engravings and cutouts on the sides of it. So your ear is covering all the holes. Um, do you think there's anything wrong with that? What would go wrong with having a bunch of tiny little holes in the side of a piercing when you're stretching your ears? Yes, your ear grows into it. So I had stretched my ears, and they were alright, and then I changed the jewelry on it to those fancy ones, and then I slept on it, and then woke up, and I was like, "What's that weird, like, cheese grater feeling in my ears?" Yeah. And then I took them out. It just some effort to take them out, but there was, like, little lumps on the inside of my ear where it started trying to grow into the fucking, hole. I was like, "Ugh." That wasn't actually so bad, because that was smooth metal. The worst part was when I had a wooden stretcher that I had washed, and the varnish was so cheap that the varnish came off of it, so it was just like a bare wood. So, like, the nice soft texture of splintering wood just grow in your ear growing into it. It's nice. Love that for me. Have you heard stories of people that, like, lay in bed for so long or sit on the couch for so long that their skin starts growing into the, fabric? That would be a better alternative. Your butt went too flat. How did you manage to, like, curve it again? Better than lie. Got a plunger and just, like, sucked it out. Yeah, so it's like a perfect circle. What? Oh, cool. I am talking to a ghost because he's so white.
Is he still talking to a ghost? No, he's not talking to a ghost. Oh my god, that's so great. Wow. The best thing about streaming is whatever platform you're using, randomly deciding it's going to forget what all your devices are so that it can be like, you're not a streamer anymore. You don't know how to talk.
My wife was killed by a Minecraft streamer.
Fucked up. Why did the Minecraft streamer do that?
What's your favorite reoccurring joke in any of the Wizard with Gun sketches?
I don't know. I don't know their jokes well enough for that, I think.
Okay. Well, I think either like the Zilba one, where it's just a company of like I don't know what the fuck they make, but they keep making like random shit, or it's the disgraced Minecraft YouTuber.
The disgraced Minecraft YouTuber is a classic. I think the wizard with gun is the best one though. When they have a wizard on there and he has a gun, it's pretty sick.
You can put in it.
No.
You gonna die?
Okay, AJ. So I read this dwarf book, right? About this dwarf. Just one. And what I so I'm really curious to talk about it. But the person for whom I read it does not want to talk about it. So I think you and Bard might have to tolerate me talking about this book neither of you have read. Um, though to be fair, AJ has already, well, both of you, I think, have already read my thoughts generally on it. I was just curious to talk a little bit more about it because it's kind of interesting in a lot of ways. It's just, that neither of you have actually spoken about. Neither of you have read it, so you don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about it. So AJ, Bard, would you like to listen? AJ, would you like to listen, discuss this book?
I've been waiting for you to start.
Okay. AJ, are you waiting for me to start? AJ might be making pasta right now.
Mm.
Where would I rank dwarves on my Lord of the Rings race tier list? Okay, so are we talking the race of men, elves, hobbits, dwarves, and orcs? How specific are we getting? Are we talking Numenorians versus other men? Are we talking wood elves versus gray elves? Because I can rank these things because I've read the Silmarillion. Um, okay, I'm the expert. I'm gonna go real basic because I don't want to have to remember what the fuck a wood elf is. I know what a wood elf is. I don't have to remember what a gray elf is. Um, so we're gonna go in specific. My favorite people, I think, are the hobbits. This is kind of a cop-out answer, but I think the hobbits are just really good and funny. Second favorite, elves. Third favorite is dwarves as seen in specifically in The Hobbit, because in The Lord of the Rings they're not as funny. And the thing that makes them good is that they're funny. Because if they're not funny, they're just short, angry men. And if I wanted to go see short, angry men, I could just go to Puerto Rico.
I was really expecting you to say I'd look in the mirror or something.
That's a way better joke. um, yeah, if I wanted
What's
to
your
see
favorite
short,
fantasy
angry
race?
men, that's Tayson's ones I came up with. I think they're the best.
I mean, like generic.
Generic elves. No, well, actually, generic not elves, because generic elves suck. Lord of the Rings elves are good. Generic elves are not good.
Generic elves are usually just racist white people
And
that
generic
have
elves are just racist white people,
all
and
have
those
weird
are
ears.
already real in real life. We don't need to have them in fantasy too. So
Not as tree huggers
dwarves
as
are
some
their
other.
favorite. So if people are big dwarf fans in general, they might enjoy Dwarves the book. um, but yeah, it's a very like basic fantasy story. And the one thing I heard from the person who also read it was that they thought it was like a fresh new take, which is like I was curious about that because I thought it was like extremely stale in terms of takes. It's from like 2012, but it would be stale if it was from 1960. Like it is a stale take on fantasy races. Um and it's like I don't know, like I don't really understand what's supposed to make the dwarves like specifically, I get to the end of the book. It's the acknowledgement section, and the writer's like, I wanted to make dwarves a little different, but not that different, but a little different. And I'm like, they're the exact same in this as they are in Lord of the Rings, but less funny. It's like if you took them but you made them less funny, and also you added women to the thing. And women, you don't need any women dwarves, strictly speaking, if you're just writing Lord of the Rings. You don't need them. The book is about men, and there's like two women in it. And the reason is that Tolkien just wanted to write about a bunch of boys frolicking and getting up to shit, which is completely fine with me. You didn't. It's not like I read Lord of the Rings and I was like, oh, but what about the dwarf women? What are they like? I don't care what the dwarf women are like in Lord of the Rings. It literally does not matter to me as a reader. Why are hobbits only in Lord of the Rings and not used in other fantasy stories? I think it's because Tolkien invented hobbits. He didn't invent gnomes, he didn't invent dwarves, he didn't invent elves. All of these are already from either Nordic mythology or Celtic mythology, I think. He invented hobbits. And hobbits are just short people, short British people. Sorry, I just thought about the short angry man. I would just look in the mirror joke. That's a really good joke. Um, I think so.
Halflings are what
Yeah,
exist.
and they're called halflings in other books. And which is
Yes.
a lame name for them because it's just like, what if a guy was short? We called him Short Boy.
It's derived from Old Celtic and Scottish.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like that's where they get all of those things, right? And
Just means half man or half grown.
yeah, it just means small little guy, and that's completely fine with me. I'm fine with them having small little guys. I it just like is in the hobbits, to be clear, there are no hobbits in the dwarves. There's only one solitary gnome. There's only one gnome in the whole book. And he's a horrible little guy. And
That's just true for all gnomes.
it's just funny because like in other books they're like, oh, you know, there are some gnomes that are like this, some gnomes that are like that, and this it's just like gnomes are all thieves and we hate them and they're awful, and there's one gnome and it's not like, I'm not like other gnomes, it's a gnome where he's a horrible awful thief, and that's like his whole personality, that he's horrible and awful and everybody hates him. uh and it's just really it's just so funny to me. He's a funny guy. But it's really weird to me that the writer is like, oh, this is like a fresh take on dwarves or whatever, because it's like stale as hell, and I just don't like. I guess the freshest thing about it is the addition of like dwarf women and being like, oh, dwarf women, they don't have beards, but they have like soft down all over their face cheeks and stuff like that, and that's fine. That's a detail of some variety. It just doesn't matter to me, you know, like. I wasn't thinking, but how can the dwarves be heterosexual? That wasn't a thought I'm having while I'm reading books. I don't care how the dwarves are heterosexual. Like, I don't care if they get pulled from a hole in the ground or whatever. You don't need to belabor the point that there are dwarf women for like 100 years for me to get that there are ladies and that the men don't have sex with each other. The main point is that the men don't have sex with each other. Thank God. J.D. Vance have series with halfling in it? Can't believe J.D. Vance writes story book.
Dungeon and Dragon is also full of halfling.
Yeah, that's true. Lots of things with halflings in them. I think AJ just hasn't read that many that kind of fantasy stuff. But yeah, like in terms
because
of
the hobbits are literally only the words that Tolkien uses. Also, doesn't he
Yeah.
spell like orcs differently or something?
Well, here's the thing. So in The Hobbit, he calls orcs goblins. All of them are goblins. He's talking about the same thing, but he's calling them goblins. And the reason he uses orcs, I think, is because he doesn't, like, in Lord of the Rings, he wants to conjure a bit of a different image because The Hobbit's a book for children. He's conjuring a bit of a sillier image. In Lord of the Rings, he's conjuring a bit of a scarier image. So he's just, like, changing the word use accordingly. And like they are different. The Moria and Misty Mountains orcs, I think are much smaller, but they're still the same type of creature. Hermaphroditic. This is what I'm always saying, AJ. This is why you're the next generation best writer, because they want what you have, AJ. They want the hermaphroditic plant people, and they can't have them because you already made them.
Who needs hermaphroditic when you could just have them all be the one sex, I suppose, and they just produce that way?
I mean,
why is there no impreg race?
Impreg? I mean, I made impreg canon.
Exactly. See,
This is why I'm the best writer of Next Generation.
I'll check Next Generation.
Star Trek. I'm their best writer of Star Trek Next Generation. But yeah, it was just kind of like, and you know, there were a bunch of times in it where I was like, oh, well, thank God that happened, because it's something that's like so convenient that it seems like the writer came up with it that very instant to solve a completely unsolvable problem. Like, there's this thing where it's like, only an enemy of the dwarves can wield the great dwarf axe that will kill the one guy, and they're like, oh no, but we don't know who the enemy of the dwarf is. What if it was an Alfar, which are the bad elves? And they were like, well, those are our enemy. And this one lady in the group is like, guys, I gotta own up to it, I'm an Alfar. And it's like, oh, how convenient. That's fucking crazy, dude. A name for the hermaphroditic plant people? That's a good idea.
I mean, not inherently like all plants are hermaphroditic anyway, or just like 99% of them.
I mean, a lot of plants are, but not. I don't know if most are. A lot of them are, though.
I mean, all plants have the same. You have a stamen and then like pollen.
Yeah.
Stamen comes from pollen. Basically, they pollinate each other.
All plants are imperfect. All men are created equal. All plants are imperfect. uh, but yeah, this and it had like it. It was just. It was. You know, like, it's not good when a story is writing something that's supposed to be serious and it makes me laugh out loud because it's so ridiculous, you know? And that happened a couple of times in the book when I was reading. Um, and I think
Willow trees. Oh, that's cool.
willow trees are hermaphroditic or not
Okay, so
hermaphroditic?
most plants are hermaphroditic or monoesis or whatever that is, but which is basically the same thing, but they are the same plant has separate flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So hermaphroditic plants are ones that have the same, like 94% of flowering plants are hermaphroditic. So basically, hermaphroditic is like it's the same plant has both uh, parts, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's other plants that it's the same plant has two different flowers with with the different parts,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's other plants which are completely separate, as in like they have male flowers and female flowers,
Yeah.
which is wild. Apparently, a willow tree is one of them.
Male flowers and female flowers.
Yeah, as in like they're two separate plants,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny because you got a boy tree and a girl tree.
You can't misgender my tree.
Exactly.
Think about her feelings. Sorry, his feelings.
From what I can't tell from this thing if that means that the like if it means like individuals as the same plant or individuals as the same flowering body. Because, like, for instance, if you had a tree, does it mean when it says that they're non-hermaphroditic, does that mean that two different branches have the two different parts? Or is it that two different trees entirely have different things? I can't tell. Because it could mean that on the same branch there's two different things instead of it being like on the same flower. Or does it mean that on every different tree itself that has different parts? See what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, here's something that bothered me. Some plants are only one gender, many trees. Some plants are that are male and female only one at a time and change over time. Some plants are hermaphroditic all the time. It's pretty evenly split. Cool. Yeah. Something I just remembered about the story, because my memory real bad, is that it has wizards in it. And for most of the story, there's only one wizard because all of them get killed by the bad wizard. Uh, and the one good wizard, what she can do varies immensely, uh, based on whether she needs to randomly. The story will just be like, and she killed Jesus, and the story just decides she can do something like that all of a sudden, or it'll be like, because the magic system doesn't have any rules at all. It's the least rules based magic system I've ever read
Well,
about.
I mean, you could have the same argument for that with Mistborn, where Vin is just like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be able to pull metal out of people, but now I can
See,
because I'm special."
I don't like that part of this one either. It's stupid.
I know, but I imagine the other books will probably explain why she can do that.
Yeah, the other books do explain why. And like I'm sure there's more about it, but it's not like, you know, in Mistborn they're explaining how the magic works, and they're like, well, you can do this thing, but you can't do this thing. They don't give any rules for it at all. It's a completely random magic system. They can do literally whatever is convenient for the plot at the moment. There's no rules for it. It's like
So about Fistborn, or are you talking about
I'm talking
the
about the book I just read. Mistborn, they have rules. Blue has lots of rules. And the one I read, there's no limitations. It's not like some people know more about doing this one thing, but there's no saying what magic can and can't do. It's not like I think the only thing magic can't do based on the context is it can't bring someone back from the dead, but that's it. There's like it's kind of like Harry Potter, where they just like every time you need something new to be done, you just come up with a new spell for it, except in the dwarves and 90% of the time they're coming up with a new spell. First of all, it's not spells. They literally just like go like, oh, and whatever is happens. And as to what their power source is, I am not clear. There are certain enchanted areas, but it appears that the wizards being there make them enchanted. So, like, does the enchantment come from the wizards? Because there are times where this character will do a lot of magic. She's like, oh, I'm tuckered out. But there's no clear idea of like how much magic she needs to do to get tuckered out, or like what kinds of magic are more stressful. It's just that anytime, a problem needs to be solved, not by magic, it'll be like, well, she's tired. I don't know what to do. She's just tired. I don't know. You gotta figure something else now. The lady's tired. Uh, which is it just seems kind of like random to me. Like you can literally. Here's the thing, Lord of the Rings is the same way. In Lord of the Rings, the wizards can do literally anything, but they don't. In Lord of the Rings, very few problems are solved by having a wizard blow it up. And that's because I think Tolkien knows that a satisfying and realistic feeling, you know, solution to a problem comes when you actually have to solve the problem and not just have the wizard fix it by doing a magic spell that causes the problem to not exist anymore. And that was the problem with a lot of the bits in Dwarves where there would just be like, what's this problem? Well, what if we just had the lady blow it up? That would be possible. And yeah, because then they might
I
have
was
an alternative to
thinking
walking all the time. And you gotta walk. You gotta
that
walk.
reminds me of um what's it called in Name of the Wind and the Wise Man's Scared of Things.
Mm-hmm.
The um
Wise man's
sympathy where
frightened.
you can do things. I was thinking of all the things that you could do to like with all the like he has the sympathy lamp that's a thieves lamp. There's other things I was thinking of like if you could like do some rune shit with a magnet, you could make a silver magnet and just start stealing shit from people. Like there's things that like things towards us. You can just
Yeah,
walk around and suck all the money out of someone's pocket.
pretty good. Uh,
Like he makes something that stops arrows. So obviously the arrows don't need to be in like specific.
mhm.
So you don't have to like write on every single arrow.
Yeah, and I assume that's the
So
kind of thing they could make quite easily in there.
so everything that smells silver, it pulls it in from like a certain radius. But then the same thing can be done with bones.
Yeah,
You could rip someone's bones out.
yeah.
But just like there's so many things you could do.
Yeah, and that's the fun thing about that magic is that it feels like there are rules to it, but there's also a lot of possibilities.
And also I feel like who could stop you?
If you were a sympathist,
Yeah, like I suppose another
depends on the
sympathist can stop you, but
circumstances.
if you like catch someone by surprise with this thing that sucks your blood away, like
Yeah, it does make you very powerful. That's why malfeasance is such a big concern.
it was very strange that he just lets Ambrose gets away with it. Because I'm pretty sure malfeasance is a bit more than like breaking into someone's room.
Yeah. Um, I can't remember quite why, 'cause it's been a while since I read it. Well, it's not been a while.
It's just because he doesn't want to get done for stealing because they think that he'll get away with malfeasance, even though he's like literally covered in wounds.
Yeah. And Caboose is very prideful. He does stupid things because of his pride.
Which is really funny for someone that's like extremely poor.
Yeah.
I really hate reading a story that has rich people in it that are just like, you can't take that tone with me.
Yeah. Caboose hates it too.
Yeah, because if someone was like that to me, it's like, don't just speak above your station, I would immediately stab you with a knife. Like,
Instantly.
fucking, what are you gonna do about it? The
Yeah.
great equalizer.
The knife.
Yes.
This is why Grandma is dead.
Oh, that is why I tell my grandma to fuck off if she's like, respect old people.
And you're like, I don't give a fuck about respecting old people, Grandma. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, like the the
Dwarf book.
dwarf book. Yes. Yeah, I just didn't like how it was just kind of, I don't know. And there was this thing in it where it was like, oh, but we need a way to get around the kingdom really quickly. If only there was a tunnel network of some kind, because dwarves don't like being overrun. It's like, well, conveniently, there just so happens to be a tunnel network nobody's investigated for 1,000 years. It's right there. You can go do it. Nobody's used it for 1,000 years, though. But it's right there. Why hasn't anybody used it for 1,000 years if it's right there and obviously a tunnel network?
I think you've recommended me one of these before.
John Grisham. I'd never read a John Grisham in my life. What
Apparently, novelist and former state representative of Mississippi.
what is he doing there?
Don't know. Oh, apparently he's doing some cool stuff. He, in his political stuff, he was trying to stop wrongful convictions,
Oh,
a
good.
bunch of stuff like that, as well as helping overthrow the Guantanamo stuff.
That would have been nice.
Time to kill. Which I haven't read any of these, but as far as I can tell. Apparently, he's written a lot of these.
He wrote a lot.
Hmm.
Sir wrote a lot, they call him.
Sycamore Row. What a funny name. Rogue lawyer. A lot of his books start with the. So he's a standalone books called The Pelican Brief, The Client, The Chamber, The Rainmaker, The Runaway Jury, The Partner, The Street Lawyer, The Testament, The Brethren.
I loved writing
Summons the
books
King of
about
Torts.
lawyers.
There's a lot of them, and there's a lot of lawyer books. And he's a
Sort of a
yeah,
lawyer-based writer.
he's a lawyer-based writer. What an interesting creature. So
I just got blown up by a creeper directly behind me, so I think I'm gonna go to bed. And
how is he such a big man? I've like literally never heard of him.
is he Yeah, I've never
Is
heard
it
of
a
him
big
either.
American author?
He might be.
It's a
The Bloodbound.
best-selling authors. I mean, it could just be like an old person book type thing.
That
Like for
is
some reason, old
possible.
people really like reading like, like old crimey stuff like fucking Sherlock Holmes and like Poirot,
Poirot.
Poirot,
It's
Poirot.
Poirot.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And
Until I'm old people because I know
who's
how
the
to say
lady
Poirot.
with the lesbians? Jane Austen? No.
It has to, no, okay.
Famous writer. She did the like mystery books. It's like Agatha Christie maybe.
Agatha Christie, yeah. I've read an Agatha Christie, just one.
66 detective novels and 14 short stories. Very cool.
I have heard of John Grisham before, I just have no idea what he writes, and from the sound of it, I wouldn't read it anyway, so... Which isn't to say it's bad, it's just not my thing. Oh, can I tell you something funny? Another funny thing about Dwarf. Dad's favorite author? That's a granddad situation.
Granddaddy.
Grandfather. A million boys up here. Million boysenberries. I'm generating a mob farm up here if you want to come and check it out, Bard.
Is it in the Schmel home?
Yeah.
I think she's like a lesbian book or something, or one of the characters in her thing. I don't remember what it was. Oh, she made Poirot. Is that supposed to be like a endorsement or a negative that it's your grandfather's favorite author? I think old people are just disillusioned with the crime system because they're not involved in it, so that's why they think it's cool to like read a bunch of books about people being arrested of like strange murders and things.
Yeah.
Like if that's your fantasy idea of like how the legal system works, then you can live that way, I suppose.
Yeah. Negative.
Yes, I thought it would be negative.
Yeah.
It's much more interesting to read a book from the perspective of a murderer than it is to read it from someone catching a murderer. Which reminds me, I need to read all my Thomas Harris books, but I have to fucking get through all the Mistborn books, all the ones that I own at least, next to.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway through A Wise Man's Fear. Not really. Oh, 450 pages is halfway through-ish.
Bard!
Just the court roses fancies for war. Yeah, what's up?
I got chainmail! I killed a zombie and I got chainmail!
Oh,
I got chainmail chestplate and chainmail helmet. Check this shit
oh,
out.
that's fancy. Fancy, fancy, fancy. Are you gonna get a whole set of it and make it, put it on a... Don't give it to me. I'll lose
Give
it.
it to you. Want to give it back to me?
Yeah. We can put it on a armor stand in our house. We can be fancy boys.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to repair it, though.
Tom Clancy is for
See,
wars.
I
I've
would...
never read a Tom Clancy.
I would read a Tom Clancy. Because that sounds interesting. I would not read a lawyer book.
The only chainmail we don't have yet are leggings.
Hmm.
We already have chainmail of every kind except for leggings.
I'm gonna be hard pressed to find a book that I wouldn't read. My favorite parts about books are when like nothing is happening.
Yeah, that's why you like
I get very
comics.
disappointed. I get disappointed when plot starts happening.
And you're like, oh.
Like I'm reading Wise Man's Fear, and like the day-to-day bits where like Quoth is just hanging out, doing shit, and like gossiping and discovering something new or inventing something. That's
Yeah,
the
I
cool
like that
part.
stuff a
And then
lot.
it's just like, oh, I gotta go to fucking Trebor and fight the dragon. And I was like, do you?
Get out of that dragon, bro. What are you doing with that dragon? Uh, when is she getting out to meet men and have sex? This is what I'm always asking. This is what I have to know. When is she going to have sex, AJ? This is vital.
I read this book that's been sitting here for a while that I want to read, but I don't know how well that's gonna go. Look at this fancy cover.
Ooh.
Oh. I haven't read any of my philosophy books in years.
Why was your beta reader thinking she was gonna have sex?
With men.
Specifically with men.
Something, something, mental fortitude of individuals, something, something.
What?
I was just saying people are stupid. I don't know what books are in my Decameron.
What?
My Decameron.
You do have your Decameron on, that's true.
Yes.
I'm looking at your
The Decameron. Okay, so this book is basically I don't know how to describe it. It's a bunch of
Holy
stories
Paramount.
of people told over 10 days. So like it's kind of historical, kind of not. These are just like famous stories. Okay, so these are a bunch of short stories that were stories that were told, and they are written down in a book. And the idea is that it's written from the perspective of someone telling stories somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But these kinds of stories were just stories on their own.
Yeah.
Melchizedek the Jew, with a story about 3 rings, avoids a dangerous trap laid for him by the Saladin.
I wonder what my description, like my one-word description would be. Would it be like Axel the writer?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like if this guy is the Jew, am I the writer?
Marchioness of Montferrat, with the aid of chicken banquet and a well-chosen words, restrains the extravagant passions of the King of France.
I mean, everybody can do that if you try hard
With a
enough.
clever remark, an honest man exposes the wicked hypocrisy of the religious. That was only 4 pages.
Wow. That guy's clever remark didn't even take very long. I'm literally getting attacked by a mob like every 10 seconds up here. Irritating.
You're being attacked by that. I'm being attacked by fucking alpacas.
In real life?
Just trying to fucking. I'm waiting for shit to smelt, and there's just a traveling villager that comes in. He's like, "Arr." That's why you should read the rest of Name of the Wind, because that is from the perspective of someone telling a story.
Yeah.
I have a book, Why Dan? I think you'd like it, AJ. It's a bunch of Japanese ghost stories. Become Axel the Jew. Please don't become Axel the Jew.
Okay, that's it. I'm converting to Judaism.
Oh, his foreskin. No.
My foreskin's melting away as we speak.
And you have to grow those weird braids in the side of your head,
Yeah, well,
and you look like
I look like Axel the
I
Jew.
want to say Macklemore, but he's not Macklemore.
Knuckle
It's
less.
Post Melon. So it is.
Post Melon, of course.
You've never heard of Post Malone?
Or Post Malone. I was thinking of some detail
About the dwarf book?
about the dwarf book, yeah. Sorry, it's heavily on my mind because it took me 4 days to read.
I'm a big fan of the ghost stories. The ghost stories are cool. The English dub for ghost stories is not cool. It really is. I love quoting the rabbit one to Axel all the time.
Is that the one where she goes?
It'll never work between us. Not because you're a rabbit, because you're black.
That's such a
It's so fucking funny. think the best part about it is that line was basically used in a Disney movie.
Yeah. Not because you're a child,
I'm
but
not even
because
doing
you're
it
red.
justice because it's like your weird request. The moment it's like, yeah, touch me. It's so good.
Not because
But
you're a
yeah,
rabbit, but because you're black.
it's a Disney movie called Elemental, and another character is a child, and he says to this woman, "It's like you should go out, you should go on a date with me." And she replies with, "It's not gonna work with between us because you're a different like race than I am." It's like she didn't say anything about the fact that he was a child. It was
That's
mostly a concern that he was brown.
yeah.
It's like, oh,
Best social commentary of the last 20 years. Not because you're a rabbit, but because you're black.
this is why you don't let the English VAs go do what they want with the story.
I think this is why you have to let them do what they want, because they create art.
Great fart.
They
What?
create
You can
art.
only buy a certain amount of things from a traveling trader?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. I'm gonna be racist now.
To the traveling trader community.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Spruce with the Casey but
Wow, that's some big house you're making down there.
no peeking.
If you could.
I do find it strange reading a story, or something, and they just describe something as being a Jew.
Yeah.
Like describe instead of saying someone is Jewish, they're like, "Oh,
He's
you're
a
a Jew."
Jew.
And it's like that doesn't sound polite.
Hmm.
Obviously, I wouldn't know because I'm not Jewish, but like I feel like I've seen that saying calling someone just a Jew is like uh derogatory. Not derogatory, but it's like depersonalizing.
Yeah.
Like if I went up to someone and was like, "Oh, you're a gay, aren't you?" That doesn't sound right.
It's also how you talk to me, though.
Or if you like to bring up anyone's ethnicity,
You're one of those.
like maybe it was normal back in the day.
Back in my day when everybody was racist.
Every 9 weeks you have a Jew versus Jewish conversation. Yeah. It's just startling when I'm reading it something in a book and I can't tell if it's the person writing it is racist or not.
Yeah. But we do have this Jew versus Jewish conversation in terms of internet quite frequently.
Well, I mean, in the Mistborn book, there's a bit where some guy's like, maybe we're just stupid because we're genetically inferior. And I'm like, the fuck did I just read, Brandon?
Brandon? And I feel like Brandon just doesn't have the, some people have self-hatred, but I don't think Brandon has the, like, wherewithal to write that appropriately.
I think the idea is that he's supposed to be. It's the idea is that oh look, these people have these ingrained ideas
Yeah.
and that they're wrong. But at the same time, you can't have that in in your system where you literally have people be inferior because they can't do magic because they don't have the right blood. So
Yeah.
like the context of your whole story expels the idea of what you're trying to do and just makes you racist.
Yeah.
You can't have a character that is like super smart and like, oh, look at this person, she knows so well, and then have her character be exposed in front of someone else as being an evil person when they like fight for all these rights. That doesn't work for the character. That just makes it look like you think that they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
There's a difference between having a character say something and having the author say something. It depends on how many times something is said inside of a book. So like a character making on a bad remark. So like the evil villain says something wrong, and it's like, ah, yes, it's the evil villain. But when you have every single person in that story say the exact same thing, that's not the evil villain anymore. That's not the evil thing being said. That is your story telling you that this thing is supposed to be bad. So that's coming from the author,
That or they're just not writing about racism very well. And I
which is
think
also probably it. That's
it,
what I'm saying.
yeah, I don't think it's
It stops being like
necessarily.
a general belief of the character and starts showing the belief of the author. I'm not saying that Brandon Sanderson is racist, but like the way it's written is exactly the same way like a racist would write this.
Yeah, and I think it's just because Brandon isn't a good enough writer to write it well.
There's a book I was reading recently about. It was the Alien book, and it's so well written in the way of how the universe is built for Alien at the time
Okay.
that I was like, what is going on? Because like for the era that Alien was written, like the original like extended canon and stuff, there's like different world powers and stuff. Like
Brought these
the
up for you,
American
dude.
military shows up.
Oh, were
Is
those only in
racist.
there once?
Huh?
Were those only in there once?
What do you mean?
I always put the whites through there twice.
Oh, is that still here? I can just go put it with my stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, laundry drama
Yeah,
for
it
real.
stays away because it's so thick, unfortunately.
No, that's chill.
Thank you very much.
Poor Isaac was trying to just be good.
Laundry drama. I usually put my whites through the laundry twice because I put the bath mat in with the rest of the whites, and that thing is very thick, so it stays wet.
Like me for real.
Thick.
He agrees that I'm very thick.
Has a thick booty cheeks.
Thick-witted.
No. Incorrect.
I finished Flower Algernon a while ago, and that's really good. I like that.
You liked it? That's good. AJ, when AJ read it, AJ was like, damn, I could write this better.
That's fuck up. I didn't think you could.
You said I don't think you could.
Yeah, prove it.
Prove it, AJ, write it better. Write flowers
You just
for
think
Algernon,
that it's got
okay.
the word flowers in it.
Yeah. AJ being an expert on plant people thinks he can
AJ's
write
like,
it.
I am supreme authority on anything flower related.
Yeah. Anything with plant in it, AJ's just like, I think I could do a better job.
I think anything that comes from your writing is probably just like lesbians are cool or like women are cool.
Yeah. You don't write enough about how women can be not cool. It's my problem. So you do write about a lot of nasty women.
Yeah, nasty women can, women can be nasty. I think that's good.
It's legal.
I mean, it's not good, but like it's accurate.
True to life. Writing so true to life, it makes you think
Well,
women are real. I still don't
I've
believe
never
it.
had a chance to read any of AJ's books.
I mean, you could ask, I'm sure AJ would let you read it.
No, he said he specifically keeps me away from them.
Oh, that's kind of fucked up.
Says I'm not good enough to read his books.
I don't think he said that.
He's like some dirty Dune reader wouldn't understand.
You wouldn't get it. You read Dune too much,
Yeah.
you wouldn't get it.
Actually, I think he said the opposite. That the fact that I've read Dune means that I can understand anything in this point.
Yeah. And then you're like, haha.
Yeah, he did more AR points. Yeah. I didn't get the intelligence check. It would be a wisdom check probably.
Yeah. I'm shocked that I managed to pass it. AJ, would you be willing to do a talk with me about Bloodbound in terms of what you think will work for the next draft plot and stuff like that? Because I'd like to do a talk with like you and Bard, where we have a sort of like in-depth talk about Bloodbound and what maybe should be changed and shouldn't be changed. Because I'd like to have, some help for it. rather than doing it all by my lonesome.
Okay, my thing is don't change it at all or I'll cry.
And AJ's thing is, if I fail to change any part of it, he'll cry. So I gotta choose
Yeah.
between which of you is gonna cry.
There's only one specific part that I don't want you to change, actually.
What does that happen to be?
There's a
Or-
small
There's
conversation.
just this one thing Dusk says that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's the only part of it that's gonna change in the third draft.
It's
Everything
so
else is gonna be
fucked up.
exactly the same.
It's so fucked up and evil.
There's this one line in Bloodbound where Bard, I wrote it, Bard read it, and Bard was like, "This is the best thing ever. I love it so much." And I was like, "I didn't mean for it to be like that." And Bard was like, "Incorrect. It is that way now."
AJ, do you remember the part where Dusk says to Aresi that's like, I want to make you feel happy because you seem to be having a miserable time?
Because you seem miserable.
Hmm. Except it's specifically written, I want to make you feel joy.
Yeah, and Bard read that, and it was his favorite thing that I've ever written in my whole life. I'll never
Because
say
I like looking over to him and pulling a CD face and saying, I want to make you feel joy.
Yeah. And Bard just says that to me now.
It's cute. Charming balls. Cute Christmas episode. Scruff dies. I love the Christmas episode of an old man dying in the snow.
A cute
favorite
Christmas
Christmas
episode where an
episode.
old man fucking dies and the old man
Or is
freezes
it
to
homeless
death.
man?
Old
I'm
homeless
not sure
man
how old.
freezes to death. He's pretty old.
Can you draw that scene specifically? I want to just have like a pictogram, like a little picture,
Yeah,
or a really
you're
nice
gonna put it
painting
in your
of dying
office.
old man.
Yeah, you're gonna put it in
I
your
think it would
office.
actually be really. I think it would be really pretty if you actually drew like this like in like a macabre way.
Yeah, really pretty and like a fucked up.
And now I've got the
person.
fucking. Okay, now that I said macabre, I need to find the video of the guy. It's
Macabre.
like this story you're telling me. It's macabre.
Charming balls. Yeah. That was AJ's favorite part of Bloodbound when he read somebody saying that dude's balls shriveling up was charming, and AJ was like, "What does that mean?" But Bard, you understand.
Yes. You have to watch this video eventually. I'm gonna send it to AJ, and I wonder if he can tell me what it's from.
See, AJ doesn't get it because he's never seen a ball. But if he'd seen a ball, he would know why balls are charming.
No idea. It's funny to me.
I think it's really fucked up that I enjoy writing stuff people do not enjoy reading.
Huh?
I said, I think it's fucked up that I enjoy writing stuff that people don't enjoy reading. Like, the process of writing it is more fun than reading it.
I enjoy reading it.
Yeah, you enjoy anything I write. Every time I tell someone how much you enjoy my writing, everybody's just like, yeah, but he's biased. And I'm like, yeah, he likes me.
I'd still like it if I didn't know you.
Yeah. And you'd be like, does this gentleman who wrote this happen to be single?
And then I send him death threats.
Yeah. And you're
You
like,
know, I've never actually sent. I've say a lot that I send someone death threats. I've never actually sent someone death threats.
you should
I don't
start.
know if it's like I don't know if I'm missing out on anything.
Yeah. It could be a
AJ,
lot
have
of
you ever
fun.
sent someone a death threat before?
I'm gonna show up to your house and kill you with a rock.
Georgia, may not be.
not at liberty to say. Yeah. AJ has sent numerous
Okay.
death threats.
The high-ranking politicians.
Yeah.
The guy in the macabre thing I sent you is he's named Steve Rambo, and he's a famous actor in some funny videos. He made videos, films perhaps, like, years ago.
See, it's intentional that with the choice Anakaya makes intentionally causes that battle. Like that is a millstone around her neck that she chose for herself. Not just something that happened because of her actions, but something she did on purpose.
I mean, she does do that on purpose.
That's what AJ is saying. What if she made the choice, but it inadvertently caused?
Well, take the agency away from her.
Yeah. Like, that's the reason it's like that, is that she causes this thing to occur. She makes a choice to cause this battle. You know, that's her. That's on her. Rather than it just being like, and the battle happens for reasons, because the people just happen to be there at that time. Which is how it feels for Waresi, obviously, because Waresi's just showing up to their job, which is killing people. But Enakaya's job is not killing people. Enakaya's job is what she chooses it to be, and she chooses for her job to be avoiding Akates being let loose on the Riantic countryside.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if it was for her benefit or not that it happened.
Do you mean she was doing it selflessly or selfishly?
No, like, so she didn't want the dragon to tear apart everywhere else.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, she caused the death of the dragon as well as like a bunch of other Zosan soldiers, essentially.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like by diverting it, you send it directly into like. So imagine there's a blender hidden in the box, and you tell someone to put their hand in the box. That's basically what she does.
yeah, well, it's like if
Like, the
she,
one person that kills dragons is in a room, and you send the dragon into the room.
yeah, well, her goal was
The
not to
idea thing is,
preserve the dragon's life. Her goal was to
I know,
preserve the lives of Riantic peasants.
but it's funny to me, like, the Zosins think that they can kill the dragon killer, but, like, they should be afraid of the dragon killer. If it's like you kill one of the dragons, you know? Like, if they're seen as gods, you know, you wouldn't be sending another god after the god killer. That sounds like a bad idea. So it's funny because they're like, they think they're so much better than the person that could literally already has experience killing one of them.
Yeah. It's just because they're prideful. You know, they want
Well, the
to,
commanders, anyway.
yeah, they want to rid the world of that threat to their god creatures. I think the battle is more important to Anakaya than it is to Oresi. If you're saying the result of the battle is definitely more important to Waresi than it is to Anakaya. The battle itself is just another battle for Waresi. Waresi's been to dozens of these things. Anakaya is causing this to occur. She is choosing, you know, the time and place for the battle to go the way it went.
What did you do? Okay, do that. I waste some of my time. I need more fucking experience because
And I don't know if I
confused by
conveyed that properly, but it's not. See, I don't like the idea of her making a choice about something else because, like, yes, she should grow as a character, but her initial duty is what enables her to make the choice to save other people. You know, she has this way in that allows her to do what she wants.
most of her thoughts also tend to be towards, like, she doesn't want the war to keep going because she can see, like, what's happening on both sides. So, like, the whole thing is she like, her main goal, instead of it being, like, okay, so at the start of the book, she's like, ah, fuck, I'm a Zosan spy, I'm on my own now because fucking mentor daddy's not here.
Mentor daddy.
And then, sorry, there's a moth egg in my keyboard. And then fucking she actually like meets the people, hangs out with them, finds like other people that have been affected by the war, and then she sees both sides of the story, and she's like, "Ah, fuck, war is bad." But then she gets
Yeah.
captured by the Zosins again. She's like, "Oh, I got to do something about this."
Yeah, and part of her, like, her entire story, you know, she spends all this time thinking, man, I should really leave because I'm putting all my, you know, family members in danger, and that's not a choice she ends up making. Somebody else makes that choice for her in the end. But she does make the choice of once she is gone, she decides she is going to be decisive, and she is going to do something difficult, whereas previously making difficult decisions was just, like, not something she was capable of. She's deciding to um, she's deciding
I
to
think
look her problems in the eye.
I think you should change it so that Anakaya bashes the spy lady over the head with a rock that she finds on the side of the road, and then everyone's happy.
I agree. Fuck Akabash. Nobody gives a shit about Akabash.
Yeah, I literally forgot her name.
Yeah, I remember her name because I wrote the book.
What did it say?
And again, I don't know if I
Why-
conveyed that idea very well, AJ. But that is the intention with the story, is that she is learning to be decisive and to take responsibility and to do difficult things.
Just talking about what I think she do. Oh.
Ah, whoopsies. Yeah, and that's a problem with my writing where I just can't write things clearly enough, or like I'm not, you know, conveying something correctly. But for Enakaya, the story is about her becoming decisive. It's just that, which is why she does all these things where she's just like, you know, like it's a shocker to everyone when she actually does something because she's such a like passive person a lot of the time. And people expect her to be passive, and she conforms to expectation. Whereas for Waresi's a more passive character, but nobody is like expecting Waresi to not be. Well, people expect Waresi to be more, you know, assertive than they are, but their story is not about them becoming less passive. It's about something else, not that. Yeah, I get what you mean. You need to write. Boys? Well, I can do it now, if you guys want to do it now. Like, right after I draw a
Like
little bit of
Minecraft.
something. Are you... Sorry, Bard?
I said I'm playing Minecraft.
Bard is at his best when he's playing Minecraft. He becomes a master writer whilst Minecrafting. I just need to do, like, a little bit of... Fuck off, dude! Really glad we
Okay.
turned off the, creeper explosion things, because I've been blown up by, like, 5 creepers today. 5 creatures. These guys
My
keep
tum-tum hurt.
brutally attacking me. Okay, girls. I'm gonna do a bit of... AJ, are you gonna stay awake? You gonna stay awake? You can go to bed. Would you rather do it now, tomorrow? How you feeling like, AJ? AJ's awake? You gonna stay awake? Gonna live? Gonna die? He can talk. He can see. He can hear.
Fuck a swing!
Okay, we're just gonna do a really quick
Drawing of an old man dying in the
drawing of
snow.
an old man dying. My favorite thing to draw, by the way. Why the fuck does this look like this?
Maybe that's what you can draw for winter.
What do you mean? Grandpa?
Old man dying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to have Scruff killing Grandpa, though. Legally.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. Did you believe I just got blown up by another creeper?
Yeah.
It's a good thing they can't do any actual damage to me anymore. I'd
Can't
be dead
smell?
like 20 times. AJ
Is that a
can't
genetic
smell.
thing? Do you have a deviated septum? Is it from COVID?
Is it from Grandpa?
Does Grandpa have really big saggy nipples that he keeps pulling on, and it's really uncomfortable when he's doing it at the gym table? You can't take him anywhere, so he's always yanking on those things.
Well, that too, obviously. Treats his mother. Oh. But yeah, AJ, I do wish you would read the following books because those do inform how the first book is written. Uh, in a lot of ways. For instance, there are certain things that aren't resolved in Bloodbound that are resolved in the following books, or one of the concerns of the first book is to set up that second book's plot appropriately while still making it relevant to the main character of the book. Um, a lot of that stuff, I don't do super well with doing it correctly, or it's fucked up, or it's twisted, or it's evil, or it's fucked up, or it's twisted, or it's fucked up and twisted,
Like my nipple.
like the nipple.
I feel like I had to inject somewhere else you would have kept going.
Yeah.
Why can't you smell, AJ? Have you never been able to smell?
AJ gave away his sense of
You mean to
smell to a
smell
demon.
Oh, I can smell even when I can't smell anything. Oh. Has it been a thing for a while, or has it just been like a recent thing? Maybe you were born without a nose.
He just realized.
Maybe it's the prolonged cocaine use. It's blown away sinuses.
That would also do it. AJ, have you been using too much cocaine lately?
It's funny when people actually do enough cocaine to melt their septum, so they just have one big nostril now.
That has to be a lot of cocaine.
Mm,
You're like,
I
well,
think
not
it's
by
the
my
amount.
standards.
It's like habitual use, I imagine. Oh, yeah. They're gonna lance it, burn it off, maybe. Freeze it, clamp it off. So the nosebleeds just cause you not to be able to smell? It's insight.
I'm drawing the cutest fucking dinosaur I've ever drawn in my goddamn life.
Look at that guy hanging out.
Goddamn Dilphosaur looking thing.
It's like that one. I just remembered that one dinosaur artist. It's like, oh, look, I draw dinosaurs. And he's like, and now I'm making them piss. I'm like, why are you
Why
doing
did
that?
you do that? I remember I saw that and I was just like, why?
It's just intentional. Why are that
Try the,
dragon pissing?
try the dinosaur pissing, boys.
I love the bit where Koth goes into the Arcanist's tower and he's like, is that a dragon? He says to the crocodile. That's good stuff.
No, it's actually an alligator. You just give things to me and you're like, is this full of poison? And I'm just like choking to death in front of you. You're like, it's full of poison.
Ah.
Which is why I'm always choking to death.
It's also fun reading about the, like, as he's preparing his medicine, it's like, oh, he's dissolving something on a lead plate. I'm like, this guy's gonna kill someone with lead poisoning. And then it's like, he's killing you with lead poisoning. I'm like, oh, there you go. I wish someone made me a fucking heroin and lead drink.
Omar, you're gonna be very happy when you come to my house.
Oh yeah, I mean the pipes are full of lead and heroin.
Yeah. I don't know why, but my preference is always for making like the back leg on a creature lighter rather than darker, because it gives kind of the impression of like distance fading type thing rather than shadow, but I'm making them darker this time. Yeah. Yeah.
What are you groaning about?
Just drawing my wagon. Is that so fucked up? Is that so wrong? To draw a
No,
wagon?
I just mostly asked about the groaning when you went.
It was mostly because I was.
Flared bass went in.
You're always putting the fire bass in. I like my beats fast and my bass down low. Oh, Bart. So in the Liar game I was playing today with AJ and Brittany and Logan,
Legume.
I was we got one that was musical instruments and I was the liar, so I had to guess what the musical instrument was, and it turned out to be drum, and the word I picked was regal, and everybody's like, he's lying. But in my brain, I'm thinking drum as in the African drums, and in my brain those actually are regal. So fucking I was right the whole time.
Even though you just admitted that you were the liar.
Yeah, I mean I was a liar, but I was also right. It's also really hard for me. I cannot lie to people. It's so hard. They're like, Axel, you're the liar, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even try to defend myself. I can't do it.
I'm not allowed to play social deception games with people.
Because you're too good at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was playing Among Us with someone, I was the killing creature, and I literally killed someone in front of my friend, and said like, and then I got away with it because I'm like, you're not gonna tell me, you're not gonna like get me in trouble.
You love me too much, right?
Yeah. I was like, hey Adrian, check this out, and he was like, don't kill me. It's also people will believe me when I say things like, oh, he's just reporting the body. I saw him do it.
Always getting along. That's fine.
Now it's very tempting just to ask, oh, what's that smell anytime I'm around AJ? Because he'd be like, I don't know.
Every time you go around AJ, you're like, it
If I
smells
actually could,
great. Oh, but you
I can
can't smell,
smell.
can you? Silly me.
No, like, I wouldn't do that. That's just mean.
It'd be funny if you did that.
That's not like this. That's not the kind of deception I enjoy.
Okay, you need a
What's
new form
better
of
is when you know
deception.
someone is colorblind and be like, "Oh, do you like this green lanyard?" And it'll be red, and they'll think it's red for the entire time. I did that to Icarus once. Um, he asked for red carpet in his like house, so I put green carpet down. He didn't know until he like put the floor one day, and he was like, "You fucker." Actually, specifically, I made it a lattice of both red and green, so like it was even a second floor. It was even the best when he was talking about his kitchen. It's like, yeah, it's just like these tiles are just like a really ugly shade of brown. I'm like, that is the most disgusting shade of green I've ever seen in my life. It was kind of like a cactus green, but since it's a ceramic on a tile, it kind of has this like, you know, how old do you know pottery and ceramics? You know how if you put glaze on like on porcelain, it'll like the white will leach through it.
Maybe?
He's not listening to me.
I said maybe, I don't know.
It took a long time. Okay, so basically, think of it as you're using watercolors,
Okay.
and watercolors when you paint over paper, doesn't show like a pure color. It's just like a dye on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a dark cactusy green layered over a white tile. So it looked like a pale dark green. It was kind of very hello Brittany.
Hello, temporary Brittany.
It was a horrendous color. I can find it.
Is he doing this on the lap?
Oh.
Oh, the cat has gone to the lap. Oh god. He has demanded the computer. Good night from Brittany. Sleep well, Brittany. Godspeed.
Good night, Brittany.
Godspeed is my favorite thing to say when I'm saying goodbye to someone. I think this is a pretty
There
good
you go, I've
dinosaur.
given you some tiles.
Dinosaur. Yeah, those are tiles.
Yeah, but imagine those, but like in a dingy lit basement.
Mm. I do love dingy lit basements. I'm going for this trait. Weasley, are you a cat? A little kitty cat meow. Weasley, is that what you are? A bit of a kitty cat meow. Okay. Weasley, you're such
Why
a
are you pushing him like that?
big cat. That's the problem with you. You're too big.
You don't have to choke him. Why are you doing that?
I'm not choking the cat. It's perfectly
You
fine.
got both hands around his neck and you're shaking him back and forth. He's gone blue.
Which is the opposite of orange, which is the color he normally is.
Yeah, exactly. Which, let's say, I wonder what color. What does he mix blue and orange?
Brown.
Poop cat.
Yeah, poop cat. Okay, it's gonna be the end of the stream. It's just gonna be me, Bard, and AJ. Keep on talking. Good night, gamers.